Every single day at airports across the country, travelers are getting pulled aside for extra screening, missing their flights, getting flagged by TSA, or sitting on a 5-hour flight in absolute misery, all because of what they decided to wear that morning. Not because they packed wrong, not because of their carry-on, not because of anything in their bag, because of what was on their body when they walked through that security checkpoint. And the frustrating part? Most of these people had no idea their outfit was going to be a problem. They just got dressed like they would any other day. In 2026, with TSA using more advanced screening technology, more aggressive enforcement of secondary checks, and airlines cracking down on passenger compliance, what you wear to the airport matters more than ever. In this video, I'm going to walk you through every outfit mistake that is actively causing problems for travelers right now, including number 3, which is so common that I almost guarantee at least one person watching this has done it recently. Stay until the end because the last one on this list is one that most people would never even think of as a problem. Before we get into the list, if nobody has ever broken this down for you before, that is exactly what this channel is here for. Hit subscribe and the notification bell so you never miss a video. I post every 2 days. Every video is practical, specific, and built around keeping you moving through the airport without any surprises. Alright, outfit mistake number 1, heavy metal, accessories, and belts. Let's start with the one that slows down thousands of travelers every single day at airports all over the world. Heavy metal accessories. We're talking thick metal belts and oversized belt buckles, multiple metal bangles or stacked bracelets, heavy chain necklaces, large metal rings worn on several fingers, metal studded jackets or jeans, big metal frame glasses, heavy-duty watches, especially older ones with metal casings that trigger scanners. Every single one of these adds time to your security screening. The scanner picks up metal. You get flagged. You step aside for a hand wand check. The agent has to identify every item, and if you're wearing 4 or 5 metal accessories, that's 4 or 5 separate moments where the agent has to pause, check, and clear each one. Meanwhile, the person behind you who wore a simple outfit with 0 metal walked straight through. In 2026, with TSA rolling out more millimeter wave scanners at larger airports, the sensitivity on metal detection is higher than it's ever been. Smaller items that used to pass undetected are now being flagged regularly. The fix is simple. Pack your accessories in your carry-on and put them on after you clear security. Leave the heavy belt at home on travel days. Wear a belt with a simple plastic buckle if you need one. Wear pants that don't need a belt at all. 30 seconds of thought before you leave the house saves you 10 minutes at the checkpoint. Outfit number 2, heavy lace-up boots. Shoes come off at airport security. That rule is not changing. TSA requires shoes to be removed at every standard security checkpoint in the United States. And this is where a lot of travelers create a completely avoidable problem for themselves. Heavy lace-up boots. Combat boots, work boots, hiking boots, fashion boots with 10 eyelets of lacing that take 3 minutes to properly undo. You are standing at a security checkpoint with a line of people behind you trying to wrestle your boots off while simultaneously removing your laptop from your bag and making sure your liquids are out. And then, after you've cleared the scanner, you're standing barefoot on the other side trying to relace everything while people try to get past you to collect their bins. There is also a secondary issue with heavy boots in 2026. Many boots, work boots especially, contain metal components in the sole or toe cap. Steel-toed boots will absolutely trigger the scanner, and heavy rubber-soled boots can sometimes interfere with the body scanner's imaging in ways that flag the foot area for additional screening. What to wear instead? Slip-on shoes are the single best footwear choice for airport travel. Slip-on sneakers, loafers, or flat shoes with no laces and no metal components. They're off in 2 seconds. They're on in 2 seconds. You're through security before the person who wore the boots has finished unlacing. Outfit number 3, clothing with offensive or alarming prints. Here it is, number 3, the one I told you about at the beginning. And I want to be clear up front, this is not about politics, expression, or personal freedom. This is purely about what happens practically when you wear certain things through an airport security checkpoint and how it affects your travel experience. TSA agents and airline staff are human beings doing a high-pressure job in a security-sensitive environment. Clothing that features imagery or text related to weapons, explosives, or violence, even if it's clearly artistic, ironic, or a band logo, can and does trigger additional screening, and in some cases leads to passengers being questioned before they are permitted to board. Examples of clothing that has caused real problems for real travelers: T-shirts with large printed gun or weapon imagery, hoodies or jackets with printed grenade or bomb graphics, even cartoon or stylized versions, shirts with text referencing explosives even as a joke or a gaming reference, camouflage clothing, combined with tactical style accessories at certain international airports where military appearance protocols are stricter. Here is what actually happens. A TSA agent sees something on your clothing that triggers a concern. They are required to flag it. You get pulled aside. You answer questions. Your bag gets a secondary check. Even if everything is completely cleared in 5 minutes, that's 5 minutes you didn't budget for. At a busy airport with a tight connection, 5 minutes matters. And some airline gate agents, particularly on international flight or flights to certain destinations, have their own authority to deny boarding if they deem a passenger's appearance to be disruptive or alarming to other passengers. This has happened. It is documented. The easiest fix in the world: wear a plain, simple top when you travel. Save the statement shirts for the destination. Outfit number 4. Oversized or baggy clothing. This one has become significantly more relevant in 2026 as TSA upgrades its scanning technology. Millimeter wave body scanners, the ones you stand in with your arms raised, work by detecting anomalies between your body and what you're wearing. Loose, oversized, or heavily layered clothing creates more ambiguous scan results because there is more space between the fabric and your body for the scanner to interpret. What this means in practice: oversized hoodies, baggy cargo pants, extremely loose-fitting shirts and dresses, and heavily layered outfits are statistically more likely to flag the scanner and result in a secondary pat-down. Not because you did anything wrong, but because the technology cannot clearly resolve what is beneath very loose fabric. This is especially true of cargo pants and shorts with many pockets. The pockets create bulk and irregular shapes that the scanner reads as potential anomalies. Oversized hoodies with thick kangaroo pockets. Anything inside a front pocket, even just your hands, shows up as a body anomaly. Heavy layering. Jacket over hoodie over shirt. Each layer adds ambiguity the scanner has to resolve. The practical advice here is not to change your style entirely. It's to be aware. If you're wearing baggy cargo pants, empty every single pocket before you get to the scanner. Every pocket, even the ones you think are empty. If you're wearing a thick hoodie, take it off at the checkpoint and put it in the bin. You're allowed to do that. It saves time and avoids the pat-down. Outfit number 5. Underwire bras and metal body accessories. This is one that a significant portion of travelers deal with and don't talk about openly. So I'm going to address it directly and practically. Underwire bras. The metal underwire in many bras does show up on body scanner imaging. In most cases with newer scanners, a small amount of underwire does not trigger a secondary check. But in 2026, at airports with older scanning equipment or at international airports with different calibration standards, underwire bras are flagging more female travelers for additional screening than at any point in recent years. The screening process in this case is always conducted by a same-gender TSA officer in a private screening area. It is handled professionally, but it does add time, typically 5 to 15 additional minutes, and many travelers find it uncomfortable and stressful. Similarly, body piercings. Industrial piercings, navel piercings, multiple ear piercings with large metal pieces, these can and do trigger scanner alerts depending on the size and placement. If you have significant body piercing and you know from experience that scanners flag, you be prepared to explain this to the agent before entering the scanner. You can do this quietly and professionally. Simply say, "I have some metal body piercings that may show up on the scan." This gives the agent context and typically results in a faster and less intrusive secondary check process. Outfit number 6. Uncomfortable or non-breathable fabrics. This one is less about security and more about the 6 to 12 hours you're going to spend in this outfit. People consistently underestimate how physically demanding air travel actually is. You're walking long distances through terminals. You're sitting in a pressurized cabin for hours where the air is extremely dry and the temperature fluctuates. You're potentially sleeping in your seat. You're getting up and down for the bathroom. You're carrying bags, lifting luggage into overhead bins, and a significant number of travelers do all of this in tight jeans or restrictive denim. Denim does not breathe. After 2 hours on a plane, the restriction around your waist, hips, and thighs becomes genuinely uncomfortable. After 6 hours, it's all you can think about. Formal business attire worn straight to the airport. Dress shirts, blazers, pencil skirts, formal trousers fine for the meeting you're going to. Not fine for the 6-hour flight getting there. Pack the formal wear. Wear something comfortable. Change when you land. Synthetic fabrics that trap heat. Polyester and nylon blend fabrics hold body heat inside the garment. On a warm or full flight, you will overheat. And once you're overheated and uncomfortable in a seat, you can't leave easily. The next few hours become miserable very quickly. What actually works: stretchy travel pants or joggers with a proper waistband. Merino wool layers regulate temperature naturally. Soft, breathable cotton for base layers. Comfortable walking shoes that still look presentable. You are not sacrificing style. You are choosing comfort for the journey and saving the style for the destination. Outfit number 7. Heavy coats worn through security coats and jackets must be removed at security. This is TSA policy, and it applies to all outerwear, not just heavy winter coats, but blazers, hoodies worn as outerwear, and in many cases, thick zip-up sweatshirts. If a TSA agent determines that your top layer is substantial enough to potentially conceal something, they will ask you to remove it. The mistake travelers make is wearing extremely bulky or difficult to remove outerwear and not accounting for it in their security time. A massive down parka with multiple inner pockets has to come off. Needs to go in a bin. The bin it's in is now overflowing, so your other items get stacked oddly. Everything takes longer. And if you've packed things in your coat pockets, which almost everyone does, those items now need to come out individually. Coins, lip balm, earphones, keys, all of it into the bin. All of it has to go back in after. The smartest approach for cold weather travel: wear a mid-layer that is easy to remove. Pack your heavy coat in your carry-on or in your checked bag if you're not going to need it immediately. If you must wear the coat, remove it before you reach the front of the security line. Start unzipping and emptying pockets while you wait. By the time you reach the conveyor belt, the coat is already off, pockets are already empty, and you move through in half the time. Outfit number 8. Sandals or bare feet without socks. This one is about both hygiene and practicality, and it applies especially to summer travelers. Sandals and flip-flops at the airport. They seem like a great idea. Easy to slip off at security, light and comfortable to travel in. And in terms of security convenience, they actually are fine. The problem is everything else. Airport floors are some of the most heavily trafficked public surfaces on Earth. Thousands of people walk through security checkpoints daily. Many of them are removing their shoes and walking barefoot on those same floors. And if you're wearing sandals with no socks, that's the surface you're walking on too. This is not a comfort judgment. It is a hygiene reality. Additionally, in the event of any emergency on the aircraft or at the gate, sandals provide almost 0 foot protection. Flight safety guidelines recommend closed-toe shoes specifically because in an evacuation scenario, debris, sharp objects, and surface hazards are a real factor. Sandals are also genuinely uncomfortable on long-haul flights where your feet swell. The swelling that happens during flight, caused by changes in cabin pressure and reduced circulation, can cause your feet to expand noticeably. In sandals, this means straps become tight and painful. In closed, comfortable shoes, this means you loosen the laces. If you love sandals, pack them in your bag. Wear them at the destination. Travel in something that covers your foot and has a thick enough sole to protect you if something unexpected happens. Outfit number 9. Clothing with excessive pockets. Cargo pants, cargo shorts, fishing vests, tactical pants with 10, 12, 14 pockets. Every single one of those pockets is an additional place the scanner looks and an additional place an agent may ask you about. This is the 2026 reality of traveling in tactical or cargo clothing. It's not that cargo pants are banned, they're not. But every pocket adds complexity to your screening. Here's what actually happens. You go through the scanner. The imaging software identifies multiple bulk areas corresponding to your pockets. Even if the pockets are empty, the pocket shape itself shows as a potential anomaly. Agent checks every pocket. This is why travelers in cargo pants consistently spend more time in secondary screening than travelers in regular trousers. Even with completely empty pockets, the pocket structure is visible on imaging. If cargo is your style and you're not giving it up, no problem. Just empty every single pocket completely before you reach the checkpoint. And I mean every pocket, even the ones you forgot existed, even the tiny ones at the ankle. Turn them inside out if you have to, and be prepared for the extra 60 seconds. Outfit number 10, the ideal airport outfit in 2026. Okay, we have talked about everything you should not wear. Now let me give you the complete picture of what the ideal airport outfit actually looks like in 2026. And I want to be clear, this is not about looking boring or sacrificing your identity. This is about making choices that get you through security fast, keep you comfortable for hours, and don't create any unnecessary friction with TSA or airline staff. Here is the formula. Shoes. Slip-on sneakers or loafers. No laces, no metal, soft sole. On and off in under 3 seconds. Bottoms, stretchy travel pants, joggers, or leggings. Comfortable waistband, minimal pockets, no metal hardware on the waistband or buttons. Top, a simple fitted t-shirt or soft long sleeve. No large prints, no graphic slogans, no metal hardware or decorative zips. Mid-layer, a zip-up hoodie or light jacket that is easy to remove quickly. Goes in the bin without drama. Accessories all minimal. A simple watch. Ideally, a rubber or fabric band Small stud earrings, if any. No statement jewelry, no layered chains, no metal bangles. Undergarments soft and minimal. No underwire if possible, or be prepared for additional screening. Socks, always, even in summer. And for your carry-on outfit strategy, pack one upgrade piece. A nicer top, a blazer, a pair of real shoes. Change when you arrive. You look presentable on the flight. You look polished at the destination. And you sailed through security in 3 minutes while everyone else was still unlacing their boots. Let's run through the full list one final time. 1. Heavy metal accessories and belts. Pack them. Put them on after security. 2. Heavy lace-up boots. Wear slip-ons. You'll thank yourself at the checkpoint. 3. Clothing with weapon or alarming imagery. Save it for the destination. Don't make your outfit someone else's security concern. 4. Oversized and baggy clothing. Empty every pocket. Take off the hoodie. Make the scanner's job easy. 5. Underwire bras and metal body accessories. Know your own situation. Inform the agent before you enter the scanner. 6. Non-breathable or restrictive fabrics. You're wearing this for 8 hours. Dress like it. 7. Heavy coats worn through security. Remove it before you reach the belt. Empty every pocket while you're in line. 8. Sandals and bare feet. Hygiene and safety both say no. Pack them. Wear them at the beach. 9. Excessive pockets. Empty every single one. Every single one. And 10. The ideal outfit. Slip-on shoes, stretchy pants, simple top, easy layer, minimal metal. Done. None of this is complicated. It just requires thinking about your travel outfit the same way you think about your packing list, with a little intention before you leave. If this video helped you prepare better for your next airport experience, please hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more travelers who need this information. Subscribe if you're not already, and check out the next video. It covers something just as important, and I think it's going to surprise you.